So, I kind of gave up the futon. Yeah. So, while I work on getting some new furniture, let's talk about a game on the PS4 I actually did like. The latest installment of one of the most legendary FPS series of all time. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Wolfenstein 3D was released back in 1992 by id Software, and it was one of the first true landmark titles, being one of the first ever first-person shooters, as well as being one of the first real cases of video game controversy. Since then, however, there's been a few other titles, and always featuring the same main character, all-American ass-kicker B.J. Blazkowicz, with varying levels of success. But now it's MachineGames' turn to give it a shot. So, let's pop this in. Always nice to see a nod from the original.
The game is set 3 years after Wolfenstein released back in 2009, with BJ being part of an airstrike against Wolfenstein's main antagonist, Willem Death's Head Strauss. Yeah, he's the main antagonist. Yeah, this guy? Whatever. So, the beginning of the game is basically what I like to call Freeman mode, where you basically just do odd jobs for the people around you, like pulling levers and pressing buttons. I mean, sure, I'd expect that from an MIT graduate, but BJ's a captain. Pull your own damn lever. Your crew breaks into Death's Head base, and after plowing your way through Nazis and robotic dogs, big and small, your crew actually gets captured, where you're forced to make a choice that may or may not affect the rest of the game before escaping and jumping out of an exploding window. Not before suffering a hit to the head with shrapnel. Thankfully, you're rescued and sent to a Polish psych asylum and cared for by a nurse called Anya. A psych asylum that continuously has Nazi soldiers come and take patients away, up until one day they order the place shut down, kill Anya's parents, and take her away. And just before you are to meet your fate, America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
It's funny. In the past 15 years, shooters set about World War II have gone from being an interesting novel idea, from being overused to the point of exhaustion, and now the concept is basically non-existent. Lost in the barren wasteland that's become of the FPS genre.
Well, New Order is actually a real breath of fresh air. We've got health packs, we've got armor, we have you ODing on health packs. Like weapons? Well, carry as many as you fucking want. Why? Dual wield them, who cares? While most FPSs today are so claustrophobically linear, where even moving a few feet out of line will render a game over, New Order goes for a more open approach, with you being able to sneak behind guards and take them out with your knife, finding captains before they raise the alarm and send reinforcements, and hidden treasures littered throughout the place. Back to the story. It turns out BJ was in that psych ward for almost 15 years, and since then, the war is over. And in this timeline, America surrendered. Yeah, dropping a nuke on New York would do that. But BJ, being the all-American hero, is determined to rescue the last remnants of the resistance movement that are prisoned in Berlin. And after rescuing his comrades, he is led to the resistance hideout, where you do many things like have flashbacks in your sleep, finding toys of a special need man-child, spending quality time with Anya, and dropping acid with a fellow American as he plays his guitar.
In that moment, I glimpsed what a free mind can accomplish. What this world has turned its back on. I was on a ride no one else had taken, and in that moment, I was at the feet of a god.
Dude, that's Voodoo Child. Wait, who is this guy? Jay? His his name is Jay and was born in Seattle. Nah. What am I thinking? It's probably just a coincidence.
The game has you playing through many different locations in the Nazi-run world, including London, an internment camp, and even a Nazi lunar base. Yep, you shoot Nazis on the moon. You just take them into the moon! While there are some FPS tropes I feel won't be going away anytime soon, Wolfenstein The New Order is a fairly refreshing title with a narrative that at least feels like some actual work was put into it. Also, the game can get very graphic at times.
You will die like vermin. I will hunt you down. And then of the earth I will fight. Your skin shard.
But in terms of graphics themselves, the game is running at 60 frames per second on both the PS4 and Xbox One. And on id Tech 5, the game looks really good, with some incredibly detailed levels. Best graphics on the system though?
For someone who has never really been the biggest fan of FPSs, unless we're talking about that one, I thoroughly enjoyed Wolfenstein The New Order, and if you're going to get it, I would seriously recommend avoiding the 360 and PS3 version, as they don't do the game justice. Well folks, that's it for me for another week. Next time, we'll be stepping out of the backlog and stepping into the PS4's latest exclusive. See you then.